NFL Red Zone and the new ads that are appearing on the NFL Red Zone this year. And I want to switch gears a little bit now and talk about the WWE because the worst kept secret in the United States is the fact that WWE on Netflix in the international community is the best experience for WWE that you can get. And everyone here knows it, and everyone here knows that the United States customers are getting the raw end of the stick when it comes to WWE right now. We have to have Netflix, USA Network, Peacock, and now also the new ESPN streaming platform in order to watch everything. And in the international community, you just need Netflix and you get everything. Raw, SmackDown, paid live events, and Saturday night's main event as well.
Wow.
So that's that, and we just have the worst deal right now when it comes to as fans. We have the worst deal.
You try to say this nice way.
I guess so. Well, I'm being nice because there's nothing I can do about it. I guess but I'm just wondering now, in light of what's been happening with the NFL Red Zone this week, is there going to be even more surprises with this new ESPN era that the WWE is embarking on? And that's where we enter with Stephanie McMahon and her new podcast, Controversy. Okay. And we alluded to a lot of this on our NFL Red Zone segment because there's some overlapping details here, that being ESPN.
Yes.
They are like trying to buy things to put on their streaming service, including the NFL Network and the NFL Red Zone, and also 5 years of rights to broadcast WWE's paid premium live events in the United States. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. Now, WWE, we should point out, is owned by TKO Holdings. Is that the name of the company? And they own both MMA and WWE. So the real fighting and the scripted fighting. They get both ends of the stick, both ends of the spectrum, I should say, when it comes to like entertainment. It is what it is. Now, Triple H and Stephanie are like high up in the WWE chain. Triple H is the COO. Stephanie McMahon is the daughter of the former face of the entire industry, made it what it is today. So they're kind of like WWE royalty. And Triple H obviously has a lot to do with what we wind up seeing with the on-screen product right now, and the writing and the drama and the fun factor. So I don't know how much they have to do with these business decisions that are being made when it comes to like even WWE jumping onto ESPN in the first place, and they just have to kind of go along with it. Or do they?
Yeah.
Because Stephanie McMahon is in a little bit of hot water with ESPN right now, and this was written just a couple days ago, September 1st, by Aidan Chacon, and that is on Sports Illustrated. And I wanted to read this article to kick things off, Nika, because there's some interesting takeaways that we can get from this article.
Okay.
All right. The headline reads, Stephanie McMahon reportedly upsets ESPN with podcast VPN advice.
Ooh.
That's an interesting choice of words. It was a VPN advertisement, I would say. But nevertheless, it was also probably advice to some people. Stephanie McMahon chose an interesting way to promote one of the sponsors of her podcast. And here we go. Stephanie McMahon seems to be having a lot of fun with her spot in the pro wrestling world today. Vince McMahon's return to WWE as chairman in January 2023 prompted Stephanie's immediate departure from the company. But since her reemergence in early 2024, McMahon has maintained a steady presence in and around WWE. And this is bad writing here, right here, folks. You know why? Because we don't know why she came back in 2024, despite leaving in 2023 when her dad came back. It seems like is something missing in the story there.
Why?
You didn't give me that right here. So why even bring up Vince McMahon's return? It's such a stupid thing to put in here, and it's unnecessary. Just wanted to point that out. Bad writing. She spent months producing her, quote, Stephanie's Places interview show on ESPN Plus. Oh, interesting. ESPN already had a Stephanie McMahon podcast which debuted in March. In the show, McMahon traveled the country and interviewed WWE superstars at locations that mean a lot to each guest.
That's nice.
McMahon also launched her podcast, quote, What's Your Story with Steph McMahon, where she interviews the most interesting people in sports, entertainment, business, and of course, WWE to find out their personal stories of hardship and success. So on this podcast, the What's Your Story, that's where the controversy started, Nika. McMahon's most recent guest on the show was the longest reigning world champion of the modern era, Roman Reigns. Wow, he's aptly named. Longest reigning champion, Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. One of the sponsors of the episode was a VPN company called Surfshark, which gives people access to the internet through different locations, allowing them to unlock content that's not available in their own country. Oh, that's kind of a cool. It sounds like a little Swiss Army knife for the internet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who doesn't need one?
While completing an ad read for Surfshark, McMahon gave a useful yet unethical tip to her viewers as to how they should go about maximizing the Surfshark's VPN capabilities. Unethical or illegal? A lot of you are still watching WWE the old school way, she said, on cable, dealing with boring commercials while I'm enjoying uninterrupted action. Let's fix that with today's sponsor, Surfshark VPN. Stephanie McMahon. You can see the thumbnail right there, the YouTube link in the article. Roman Reigns talks failed babyface run and something else, but that's where this originated from. There's a couple interesting takeaways from the wording here, particularly the boring commercials part and what we're about to get into with ESPN. WWE fans all over the world reacted hilariously to the quotes, considering the conflict of interest. McMahon is employed by WWE, but is encouraging fans to pirate their way into watching WWE programming for less or no money through a VPN. WWE paid live events are only available on Netflix to international viewers, and a VPN could give American users access to those same PLEs through Netflix as well instead of ESPN once the events move over to that platform, which is now. They're on that platform, yes. WrestlePalooza. ESPN will be hosting all WWE PLEs starting September 20th, beginning with WrestlePalooza inside the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. The new direct-to-consumer app is likely bracing for potential VPN users looking to finesse their way into watching premium WWE programming, especially after McMahon's move. So I'm curious how you take that statement, Nika. Do you feel like ESPN is trying to circumvent people from actually being able to use a VPN to access it somehow? And is there a chance they could be successful?
I don't think so.
I'll be interested.
It's interesting to follow, but if there's somebody that was tried to do this, there's gonna be another somebody that tried to do the opposite.
There always is. If they block you out one way, they're gonna find another way in.
Absolutely,
it's just the nature of the piracy world since 1999.
And the internet is ripe for it.
Always. So where there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely.
And they can try all they want. They can definitely stall or delay, but they can't prevent the inevitable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ESPN responded, Nika.
Ooh.
A report by Fightful Select revealed that a source at ESPN did not appreciate the remarks by McMahon on her podcast. And,
of course not.
Real gutsy of this person to put their name forward and attach it to these feelings.
Ooh.
The source also did not expect the issue to become significant.
Okay.
But that they weren't thrilled to hear her promote the product that way.
So they don't think this is a threat to their services.
It's just interesting. It's like it seems like there's no communication here between ESPN and Stephanie McMahon, and yet she has a podcast with them.
Shocker! Are you shocked?
It makes me feel like there's some tension already in this relationship, and with TKO being the overarching, are they the ones more involved with Stephanie saying like, hey, no more VPN Surfshark on your podcast or else, we're going to pull it off. It'll be interesting to see if this comes up again or if this is a one-off thing that happened.
That's a good point. It'll be interesting to follow and see what happens at the end.
ESPN has about 3 weeks until WrestlePalooza when the surge of WWE fans looking to watch future PLEs will join the platform. How much damage McMahon's promotion of Surfshark has done to potential subscriber growth is unknown. John Cena is confirmed to wrestle on the show and is heavily rumored to be facing Brock Lesnar.
With commercials.
Well, yeah, I don't know if those are going to happen in between matches,
We don't know.
during matches, if it's going to be a small footprint, like similar to what the NFL is doing with the NFL Red Zone, at least for now.
Well, nobody came out and said those will be 15 seconds or 10 seconds commercial. So far, nothing has been said about that.
All right. Well, that's the end of the article. I want to say a couple key takeaways from this whole thing. One is that there is an existing ESPN Plus relationship here with Stephanie McMahon and ESPN, which kind of makes this all the more amusing, right? And then, I'm just wondering the way she framed the quote in the ad. Does she really watch this way? Like, if she's in the U.S., does she have her own VPN at home, in her home, and is she getting the Netflix feed like in Massachusetts or wherever she's at the moment? Like, I want to know.
I thought she's part of a traveling circus, so she's on the road with them.
Well, I don't think she always has to be.
Well,
I
that's
don't
true.
know,
She
but she
doesn't
probably
have
wants
to.
to be close to Triple H. I just
Sure.
don't know like how much her podcast and her other endeavors take her away,
Oh, sure.
because she's not like on the programming like even as much as Triple H is.
Yeah.
She does come out to ringside. We saw her at Evolution with Stephanie Vaquer.
She does
when she
make
won.
those,
So she
appearances,
does
yeah.
make appearances.
Well, she was also in the Unreal Netflix show. We saw her in the command center, in the gorilla room, whatever it's called.
All right. Well, I want to get behind what's the real motivation here in your mind, Nika, because this whole thing did not seem like an accident.
What's
This
the motivation?
This
Money.
seemed planned. Well, money. What, from the advertiser? She's not making
No,
any
no,
money
no,
by
no,
giving
no.
this gig up to the American consumer. So why? I'm guessing what's her motivation here for rocking the boat?
Oh, no. I meant the motivation for ads through ESPN. That's the money part. Her motivation.
No, I'm talking about Stephanie right now.
Right. Her motivation, because she is smart enough to know what's coming.
Yeah. We speculated because of NFL Red Zone's decision to start including ads as part of the broadcast that, ESPN will follow suit and do the same with WWE and also MLB if they buy that, as rumored right now,
Yep.
to be in the works. So a lot of programs like the NFL Red Zone and the Big Inning, which is part of MLB TV, and then all of the paid premium live events that have been on Peacock have never had commercials, minus Saturday night's main event, because it was actually on NBC also. So does she
sees-
already know that ads are going to be coming to ESPN? Because she did say commercials, and ESPN is upset about the wording, according to the inside source who didn't have the guts to put his name out there.
Yeah.
So what's going on? Do you think that she already knows that ads are going to be on the ESPN thing, and that the U.S. customers are going to be like, oh, we already have to pay even more money for this crap, and now we're getting served commercials in addition to it?
Yeah, I think she does.
I feel like it's possible that she's rebelling against higher powers with her voice on behalf of actual fans, because she knows from her father who made this business what it is today, and it is the fans.
Absolutely. And
And
it's
the United
American.
States fans
Exactly.
that did it. And now it feels a lot of ways like the brand is turning their backs on them.
Oh, shocker.
Big shocker. And,
The
and maybe
international-
TKO doesn't give a shit.
Well, they don't, maybe. I don't know. But the international market gets the better deal on this versus American
It's
audience.
a way better deal. And I guess I just have to wonder at the end of the day, like, I feel like this whole thing is going to backfire on ESPN.
Well, it's only 5 years deal.
It is, but that's a lot of time to do
It is.
damage.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I don't think people not having access to ESPN is going to stop them from getting access to the programming.
Well, I guess their projections or their numbers, quarterly numbers, will show how much subscriptions they have and
Well,
how many people drop off.
But if
we never
if
gonna
we
know.
didn't want football and baseball and WWE, it wouldn't be worth it. If it was just WWE only, and you were telling me that, wait, you went from $20 to $25 a year when it was on discount to like
35 a month.
30 a month. Give me a break. That's a huge. That's over a 1,000% increase if my math is correct. So I just don't know where they're even getting the idea that so many people are going to be just jumping to do this in the first place, and now you're going to make it an even worse experience.
Yeah. That's a good point. And I don't know how people are going to feel about having everything under ESPN umbrella, where there's just a monopoly on bigger events.
Yeah, it sort of feels sleazy that
It does.
you're taking over something and you're immediately polluting it with advertisements. In this case, it's NFL Red Zone. And by the way, we did post a separate video about the NFL Red Zone controversy that's happening with ESPN because they waited until 4 days before the regular season starts to basically tell the public that, oh, by the way, for the first time, we're going to have ads in this 7 hours of commercial-free football.
It's a very sleazy way of doing it.
And they
business.
chose Pat McAfee as their messenger.
Yeah.
And he, tucked tail like a good little soldier and did the spot. They brought Scott Hansen on, the NFL Red Zone host, and they sold it to the public.
Yeah.
Here, you see a difference. You see Stephanie McMahon kind of pushing back against the man a little bit in her own kind of sarcastic way a little bit. Like, oh, well, that's just my sponsor. And yet you can't take away the language about like, are you watching boring commercials like I used to? It's basically encouraging people to go and get the content this way. And look, I think she's a bit of a hero right now. And I feel like the fans need to support her. And I think we really need to voice and speak up sooner than later about the idea of ads being in paid premium live events on ESPN. It's not going to be acceptable.
Yeah.
Not acceptable. So let us know what you think in the comments below. Was Stephanie even looking out for us even more than it appears she was by knowing certain things about what's about to happen at WrestlePalooza? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, we'll be watching. Do you think, the last question, is there going to be any fallout from Stephanie with this? Are we going to see it? Like, is she going to do this ad ever again? Or was this a one-off?
I hope she does the ad again, but I don't know. They might tell her not to use that sponsor ever again. Depends how tight is her relationship with ESPN.
Yeah. Will be really, really interesting.
Is she taking orders from Mickey Mouse?
Yeah. And,
who knows?
And by the way, she's Triple H's wife, and I wouldn't mess with Triple H. That's just me. Have you seen that guy in the ring?
Exactly. Watch out, Mickey Mouse.
He might write some serious shit on you.